spit stats like a tactician. Link breaking plays down, surging with precision. Scoob got the jokes, punchlines hitting crisp. Whole squad on the mic, call it audible bliss. Gritter and gospel. We the chapel of the huddle, global reach, Titan speak. Breaking every bubble from the turf to the booth. Knowledge stay colossal. Podcast the playbook, no room for apostle. Titans global, we break it, we mold it. Talking pigskin, the truth get unfolded. Max Link School, we the squad, we the cold. Football mind sharp, taking you across the globe. Max drop gems, X's and O's like hieroglyphs. Link dissecting plays, no time for the myth. School keep it raw, laugh till you cry. Huddle up, Titans talk, no flag, let it fly. Every league, every player, we dissect the grind. From the draft to the field, future stars in line. Whistles blow, helmets clash, stories untold. We bring the heat like cleats burning through the cold.
From kickoff to OT, every snap's a tale. Global Titans, we prevail, never stale.
And what's up, Titans fans? I mean, it wouldn't be a normal show of mine if we didn't have some technical errors right off in the bat. We're having issues with Facebook, but it doesn't matter. What's going on, Titans fans? And Scoob's out already, so I mean, we're off to
that was quick.
Dude, we are killing it right now. What's up, Will? How you doing, man? Hey, there he is. What's up, Scoob? You got your...
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing tonight?
There we go.
There it is.
All right. So anyway, yeah, talking about the draft tonight. Link, how you doing, man? I'm all messed up.
I'm good, man. No, and it wouldn't be right if we didn't wish a big happy birthday to Max. If everybody doesn't know, now you know. So let's start with that. Happy birthday. But no, I mean, a lot to get into tonight. I mean, I feel like we've missed a ton. We've got Mike Vrabel having affairs. We've got the Titans hosting a Super Bowl in 2030. We've got draft talk. We got people moving up. I mean, it's absolutely wild. So with that, make sure to like, subscribe, comment. Most importantly, get the comment section. We want to know everybody's thoughts. What are the Titans doing at number 4? Do they even stay at number 4? So let's introduce Scoob and I guess get right into it.
How's it going, everybody? Y'all, hope everybody's having a great night. As you noticed, I'm rocking my new mask tonight.
Yeah.
I'm rocking my Mosh Pit shirt that I got from the Titans. A whole lot of changes are going to happen this year for me as well. So this is just part of it. But I wanted to rock my new mask on y'all show and, our show.
There you go.
And get it going. So tighten up. Let's get some draft talk going.
Yeah, so, Titans, we get 9 picks right off the bat. Edge, linebacker, wide receiver, offensive line, 3 interior pieces, and safety and cornerback are our needs. In that order. That is a lot. So, with no further ado, we'll get right into it. This draft that I'm talking about tonight, my draft scenario, is what I call the best case scenario for the Titans, period, I guess. It's the best case scenario I came across while doing these. I don't know. I did like 7 or 8 mock drafts trying to get out there. But anyway, I'll start, I guess, because I did a weird thing. I traded down. I'm with Link. I think our best option, obviously, is to trade down if we can. But, obviously, I still love. So I did both. I traded down from 4 to 6 with the Browns, who gave me number 6 and number 39. And I still drafted Jeremiah Love at number 6. So I still got my pick I wanted. And I moved down 2 spots and picked up an extra second-round pick. I thought it was a beautiful move.
So in that scenario, who are the Browns? Who are they moving up for in your mind?
Well, in the mock that I was doing, it was Reese.
Okay.
Avril Reese, however you say his name.
Well, and I'm kind of interested to see, because if you go with the first 3 picks, I do agree. I think moving up is an option, but I think it's got to be the right team. And the Cowboys, it seems like, are the ones who are considering that. But the more that the mocks come out, it's really interesting seeing Arizona. If they stay at 3, it looks like they might rob Jeremiah Love. And in that scenario, I think your best choice is trade back. But if Love is there at 4, I think they probably go Love at 4. But I mean, I think obviously Mendoza's off first. Then you're going to see, I think the consensus, what was Arvell Reese is now becoming David Bailey. And then the thought is Love's there at 3 with Arizona. And then if you have a chance at Arvell Reese, I would be really fascinated to see if they go Arvell Reese, Sonny Styles, or Jeremiah Love. Like, I think that is the biggest question on everybody's mind. And for me, I think Sonny Styles is worth a 4. I think Love is worth a 4. I don't know. I'm not as high on Arvell Reese as I was at the beginning of this because I thought he was the best player coming out. So for my mock, I'm going to go Jeremiah Love, but I think there's a plethora of things that could happen before it even gets to the Titans.
Right. Yeah, when I did the mock draft, the Arizona Cardinals took Jeremiah Love too, so I drafted Sonny Styles. That's who I took. I figure if Love's not there, Sonny Styles has got to be the pick, in my opinion.
Well, and that's the thought. I mean, he's supposed to be the next Fred Warner, right? Like, that's Salah's dude. I mean, do you think do y'all think there's a big push coming from Salah on that front? Do you think he would be? Do you think if Salah had it his way, would he go Sonny Styles or Jeremiah Love if it were up to him?
Oh, if it's up to Salah, it'd be all defense.
You think?
I mean, yeah, for sure. But I will also say that I think Borgonzi's the type of GM that's going to take whatever player he wants. He'll take what his coach says, to heart and to mind and everything. But I think when it comes to draft night, he is his own.
And he's been saying he's going to take the best player available. So we'll see what he does. He said the other day that he wasn't going to pick a player that the coach didn't want. Because he doesn't want to cause conflict with the player and the coach and all that. But like you said, I mean, if Love is there, that's going to be hard. It's going to be hard not to take him.
Is Love the biggest game changer? Is he the biggest immediate shift? Like, does he come in and impact the most?
If we draft Love, he'll be the scariest guy on the team on offense. Guaranteed.
My answer to that is right now we are trying to help Cam Ward as much as possible. Right. And for me, Cam Ward gets helped by Jeremiah Love being drafted more than any other player on the board right now. Even Tate, you can take that into account too. For me, it's all about Jeremiah Love. You put a guy like that who is a home run hitter every time he touches the ball. Yeah. I mean, he just leaves people with his twitchiness, his speed, his quick lateral movements, the way he jumps over people, the way he hurdles people.
Averaged over 6 yards a carry last year.
Yeah, dude's ridiculous. It's absolutely
ridiculous.
He
can block.
Yeah.
Now, he is a 3-down back for sure.
But here's the crazy thing about it. If you take him at number 4, he becomes like one of the top 5 highest paid running backs in the league. Like seriously, with the first, and that's kind of crazy to think about.
If you think about that, is if you take into account his entire contract as guaranteed money in 2025, which it is, but let's not forget that is stretched over 4 years. Or 5 if we pick up the 5th-year option.
Right. And if he comes out
and has if you take the average of what he makes every year over 4 years, it's a little bit different story. They're tweaking the stats a little bit with that. I don't know.
And if he comes out this year and has over 1,000 yards rushing, over 600 or 700 yards passing, and like 10 touchdowns, nobody's going to care about the money.
That's a very
valid point. About the money. I don't care about money no more, dude. There's so much money in the NFL. I just do not care what one guy gets paid or this guy gets paid. Look what they just gave Will Anderson. I mean, come on, man. He's getting $50 million a year.
It's ridiculous.
$50 million a year, man. The money I just don't care about the money like people do anymore. It ain't my money.
So here's my Here's something I thought of the other day when I saw the Will Anderson contract. Obviously, the most important position in football is the quarterback. Nobody's arguing that. But unarguably, for the last, I don't know, centennial, whatever you call that, the left tackle has been the second most important position, right?
Right.
Has the NFL evolved to such a state where edge is now the second most important position on the football team other than quarterback?
You could have a great argument for that, for sure. I mean, you look at what these guys are getting paid now, man. I mean,
and look at what a Will Anderson Jr. does for your team.
Yeah, I mean, a great edge makes the whole defense better. It really does.
Exactly.
It makes the back half of the team better. It makes everybody better.
Yep. Which runs me right into my 35. Yeah, I'll go again. Zion Young. I got Zion Young out of Missouri. Long, 6'5", 255 pounds, real physical guy. Unlike Bailey, very capable of helping out in the run. Really, the only thing I saw he needs a little bit of refinement in his counter moves. Like when he gets stood up and Bailey does that inside move when he's pressuring to the outside. He needs something like that, He just needs a little bit of coaching. That's all. Just needs a little bit of coaching. And I think he'll be great. In Salah's idea of an edge, I think that's a great edge. But that's who I'm taking. Did you notice it wasn't Chris Brazzell?
Right.
Is there a reason? Yeah, I mean, because he's not there, or because you don't like him at that pick?
Draft strategy.
Okay.
Basically, your second answer.
Right.
Yeah, it's that he at that pick. Like I said, this is like my 8th mock draft at this point, so I know pretty much where people are going to hit.
But in this one, you traded back with Cleveland, so you picked up 2 first-round picks, right?
No, I picked up a first-round pick and a second-round pick.
I think here's my argument there. I think if I'm trading back in the first round, if I'm trading back in the first round, I'm still staying. I'm keeping 2 picks there. You know what I mean? Because then you can go get a guy like Brazzell. Then you can possibly. I mean, look, there's rumors coming out about Caleb Downs. Maybe he falls out of the top 15. So my thing is, if I'm in that first round and I am going to trade back, I'm not trading back unless I get 2 first round.
2 ones.
That's the only way. That's the only way I'm trading. I don't care about a second. I don't
would you
that in the second.
Would you take that trade from the Cowboys, the 9th and the 20th for the 4th?
Yes. If Arizona does not take the same trade and Jeremiah Love is not there. So in that situation that I'm trading with the Cowboys, the only way I'm doing that is if Arizona stays where they are, which is likely if it's the Cowboys because that's the only other trade partner realistically. Right. So if they stay and they take Jeremiah Love, then I absolutely take that trade with the Cowboys. Now, in another world where Jeremiah Love is still there and I have the same trade opportunity, I think I still stay and take Jeremiah Love, if that makes sense.
Well, I've been seeing a lot of stuff here lately that the Arizona Cardinals are interested in Ty Simpson too.
And it could be.
Just imagine if they drafted him at 3.
So it's really interesting. If y'all notice, he was invited to the draft.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The draft is in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers has not given an answer on if he's coming back or not. It's very possible that the Steelers could be in the market for a Ty Simpson in that first round, and that excites the crowd, and that's a big possibility. But at the same time, I think you're right with Arizona there. That's also why I think they could be more in talks with the Cowboys because I think they could take that trade, still get Ty Simpson and another first rounder. So I think it's much more likely that trade happens with Arizona more so than it does the Titans, which is still a good thing because that means you're getting Jeremiah Love. So that's where I'm at with it.
And what I thought was crazy that Mendoza's not going to the draft. It's going to be like the first time in like 15 years that the number 1 pick's not at the draft. I just thought that was kind of.
That's just that dude, though. That's just who he is. The guy has a LinkedIn profile. Like that's just.
Right.
I expect.
I got a lot of shade for that.
I do too, man. He should be there. If he's the number one pick, he should be at the draft.
Well, hold on. Now I got some shade for that, okay? Because there was a story that come out that said he wanted to sit at home on his couch with his mom, and I was like, "That's
his mom."
No, that's what I said. I was like,
"Take his mom to the draft."
Look, that's why you bring her with you, dude. It's a once in a lifetime experience.
You're the number one pick in the NFL.
To this one point, you've made it at the pinnacle. And you're not going to show up. And then somebody went, did you know his mom has multiple sclerosis?
And they can make everything for her perfect.
I get that, but no, I did not, first of all. And second of all, okay, that makes a pretty damn good excuse. If you want to stay home with your mom, that's fine, bro. I get it.
Totally. You don't think the NFL won't make her as comfortable as possible?
I'm sure they would.
Yeah, absolutely
sure they would. That he just
physically, but mentally,
Personally, I think he just doesn't want to parade his mom around in front of a bunch of cameras and shit. And I don't blame him for that. I wouldn't either. I wouldn't, and that's respectful. You know what I mean? That's just him being a good human being to his mom. And he's saying, you know, I'm bigger than this. My family's bigger than this, and that's fine too. I'm not hugely against it. I just thought it was odd. But then once somebody brought that up to my attention, I was like, oh, okay.
I get it. I still think he should be there.
I mean, I would too, but like I said, it gives him a good excuse as to why.
Yeah, I guess. You know what they say about excuses, though.
That is true. So
yeah, but I get it.
Who did you have in the second round? I must. My
35th pick was Colton Hood. I'm sticking with the same pick. He's been there every time I went at 35. He's been there, and I've taken him every time. Colton Hood, 35 for me.
All right. I'm not going to argue with it.
Yeah. We need corner help, and he is a damn good corner. He's a great cover corner, and he has just enough speed and agility to – I think he could stick with any wide receiver in the game.
I would agree with that.
So that's my pick for second round.
I like that pick. I think it would be really interesting. I'm curious to see who goes first between Jermon McCoy and Colton Hood, two Tennessee corners. He should, right? He totally should. And he had a hell of a pro day.
I think McCoy's going to go in
the whole point
teams.
of a pro day. I don't know. I hope so, but I don't know. I wouldn't be willing.
I can see him dropping too, though.
I could too. I wouldn't be willing to take a chance. So I don't think he's there. I don't think Colton Hood's there, unfortunately. I think they go offensive guard here in Chase Bisontis from A&M. I think they try to get an interior guy. This is a dude who may not be a day one starter, but could at least compete for the job. And, you know, the Titans have been very open through this process about how much talent they think is on the offensive line, you know, on day 2, day 3 of this draft.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys.
I think it might be a little early to go offensive line, but I think you're getting a dude who may be a day one starter. I think that's a good possibility. So if he's there,
saying guys in the fourth round are day one starters.
Could be. Could be. I think you've got a better talent with Bisontis than you have. I think it goes dude from Penn State, who they may take in the first round if they trade back, honestly. It goes dude from Penn State, and then it goes Chase, and the difference there isn't that much, but the difference in picks is pretty big. So I think if he's there at number 2, I think they very well might go offensive.
If they traded back to 9, that opens up everything because there's no telling who they would take.
I think there's a real possibility they go with the dude out of Penn State. I wouldn't be shocked at all if they go with that dude if they go to 9. Absolutely.
So, you know, I traded with Cleveland in the first round, and that garnered me a new second pick, which gave me number 39. And with that pick, I took Chris Brazzell.
There you go.
He's still on the board, and I couldn't help it. I mean, honestly, when I took Zion Young instead of Chris Brazzell, I was like, all right, well, that's okay. I'll take Chris Bell. You know, because Chris Bell is almost always on the board at that point, or Concepcion, or however the hell you say his name. I wouldn't love to have him, but I would take it. But Chris Brazzell, man, I can't help it, dude. The elite catch point area he is the best wide receiver in the draft at boxing out the defensive back, going up and catching it at the high point. His drop rate was 3.4% last year. That is ridiculous. He's much better than people are giving him credit for just because he went to UT. And I get it. I totally get it. Watching their offense, totally get it. But also, watching their offense, man, God, all year, you have to recognize this dude's skill. I think he could be the number one wide receiver in the draft. Still arguable to me, anyway.
Right. I hear you.
4.3 speed. I mean, just ridiculous at 6'5", 205. 4.3 speed. And the guy can jump. Sorry, I'll quit.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think there's a lot of upside to Brazzell. I have trouble putting him over Omar Cooper, Concepcion, Makai Lemon. I don't know if he's there, but yeah, I still think there's a huge upside. I think if he's there in the second round, there's a good chance they take him just because, like you said, his catch radius is ridiculous. He high points the ball. He knows how to come back and get it. If he doesn't go up and get it, he's probably going to draw a flag. In an offense where, let's be honest, Cam Ward definitely underthrew some guys last year, it would be nice to have a dude like Brazzell on the field. So, yeah, I think there's a good possibility if he's there, they could absolutely look at that option.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all right. So you want to go first on the 4th round pick?
Are we on 4th or 3rd?
This is 3rd.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm pulling mine up. This is where I went edge with the Titans. I think Romello Hyde is still there, out of Texas Tech. I think that's a real good option if he's on the board. I think that's the biggest question, but I think there's your answer at edge. These are the dudes as you get into the 3rd round that when they talk about depth in this draft, I think this is where you're going to see it. I think you can go into the 3rd round and get a real quality dude that is going to get solid starter reps year one.
I agree with that. I'm going to be honest, I lost my list, but 3rd round was where I was taking an edge. I want the best edge on the board in the 3rd round.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to go. I'm going edge in the 3rd round.
I'll be honest with you. Most of my mock drafts, that's how I did it. I went 1st round, Jeremiah Love or whatever. 2nd round, Chris Brazzell or whatever. And in 3rd round, edge is where I was getting my edge from.
Man, I've been so hyped today. I just totally lost my list.
Since I got my edge in the 2nd round, on the 3rd round, I went with Julian Neal, which is a cornerback out of Arkansas. Really long guy. He's like 6'2", 208, and he runs a 4.49, which isn't like great speed in the NFL, but he is smart. He's quick to transition. His hips are really fluid. I think that he's he's good at man and zone coverage. So I just feel like it's a good pick at that point. We got 2 in the free agency, but I really feel like we're going to need at least one more rookie in that area. I like Marcus Harris, but I also like adding another 3rd to 4th round cornerback to that mix.
Right.
Okay. So for 4, this is where I answered wide receiver. I went Malachi Fields out of Notre Dame. I think he's on the board here. So the only place I really differed from you was I took a random guard kind of right there in the 2nd round, but I still feel like you've got good edge and good receiver into the 3rd and 4th. So again, I think it speaks to the depth of this draft. And look, the answer here is obviously playmaker at number 4 if you stay there, whether that's an edge like Sonny or linebacker like Sonny Styles, an edge like Arvell Reese, playmaker like Jeremiah Love. That's your 1st round. And then, like we've said, wide receiver, edge, corner. I think those are the biggest questions.
Right.
If you can answer those within the first 4 rounds, I think you've done pretty well.
Right.
And you can rotate a lot of these guys. Like, I feel like there's not that much of a gap between a guy like Malachi Fields in the 4th round and a guy like Chris Brazzell in the 2nd. I mean, yes, there's an obvious talent gap there, but not enough that you're going to see that maybe 3-4 years down the road, depending how you develop these guys. So, you can kind of interchange a lot of these dudes, in my opinion. As long as you answer those questions, you're in good shape.
Right. I think Borgonzi likes those 4th round wide receivers, so that's what I picked a wide receiver in the 4th round too.
Yeah.
I like the guy you picked. I think that's who I picked in the 4th round too, because I just know Borgonzi, he likes those 4th round wide receivers.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll give you credit on that. So at 101, I traded again. I can't help it.
Look at this guy. He's trading all over the place.
When I see a value, I just can't help it.
I hear
same
you.
thing with the Cleveland thing. I took a chance that I would still be able to lock up a really good player and grab an extra 2nd round. This is kind of the same thing. I traded 101 and 225 for 115 and 154 with the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay.
And I know that's a really not great trade partner, but whatever, So I traded off. So you go ahead and tell me who your 101 pick is, because I'm assuming you didn't.
My 101. Give me just a second.
That's 5th round, right?
Yep.
5th round would start at 141, and then I had a trade in here somewhere because I'm at 142 on mine. You sure you got that right? Because your 5th round would start at pick 141.
Oh,
yeah. Are you still in the
somehow I've got 101. Yeah, I don't know, dude.
Yeah, your 101. Yeah, your 101. That would be your first 4th rounder. That's where I had Malachi Fields. So that'd be your first 4th rounder at 101.
Oh yeah.
I think I drafted Fields at
one. Then your 5th round would start at 141, and then I've got Titans at 142 and 144.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm a moron. All right. So when I said 101, you're Malachi Fields. I traded mine off, and I went down to 115. To also gain 154.
Okay.
But anyway, Jaeger Burton.
Yep.
Okay.
This is where I go with the center. I think this dude's a starting quality center, to be honest. I hate that he came from Kentucky, because we've got a bad taste in our mouth from players from Kentucky right now. But I just feel like he's a good, solid player, good base, flexibility in the hips, solid dude. That's pretty much it.
Right.
Jaeger Burton.
Heck yeah. So my 5th round, I ended up with 2 picks here. I had a trade somewhere through the Rams at some point, but I went best available, and I actually took a tackle with Cage Casey out of Boise State. Like, let's be honest, in the 5th round, this gets
looked
really
at him.
weird. And I think you're just going for what's there and what's available and who has good numbers. This guy had a 90+ rating PFF. So, why not? Why not try to shore up more on the offensive line and have depth there? That's how you build a franchise.
Right.
It's through your offensive line. And then at 144, I actually went to Wyoming and got John Michael Gillenborg, who is some random tight end that probably nobody's ever heard of. But if you watch this dude, it is kind of like what you've already got here with 2.0. So you've got to do something at that position. You obviously don't have Chig coming back. I think this is a guy you can work with, kind of work in rotation, have as a 2 tight end set. So I don't know.
Right.
Again, we're in the 5th round. This gets weird. I'm just taking the best available at this point if I'm the Titans.
Yeah, in the 5th round, I took the best available guard. I can't remember what his name was. I tried to remember him, but I took the best available guard in the 5th round.
I'll be honest with you. Even with this wrote down right in front of me, I'm still going to struggle with this dude's name. But yeah, he's an offensive guard from Wake Forest. Fa'alili Fa'amo, I think is how you say his name. I don't know. I showed it to my wife, who's an English major, and she just stared at it for a minute and was like, no. Hawaiian names are, you know, just a
Yeah.
little harder. But
Aloha?
anyway, yeah, from Wake Forest, big, strong mauler guy, needs a little bit of refinement skills, but got the size and stuff you want for interior offensive lineman. Yeah, offensive guard. Yeah.
Right. I took a guard in the 5th round too.
Now I did trade, so I got an extra that. Or wait a minute, I think that was that extra pick I got from the. No, never mind. We're talking about 144, aren't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've done lost complete track.
If I'm keeping track.
Okay, so yeah, that was a 142. I don't even know where the hell I got that pick from, but 144, I took Charlie Demings. This is one of my dudes, man. This is one of my dudes I found in the draft, and I was just like, oh my God. Very intriguing guy. He's 6'1", 192 pounds, runs a 4.4 40. He's got the side and speed that you want, and he has insane stats like one reception every 18.6 coverage snaps, which doesn't sound like a lot, but in college, that is a crazy ass. Or a 19.4% forced interception rate. I mean, it's ridiculous. However, the guy went to Stephen F. Austin, which I've never even heard of that before. I had to look it up and make sure it was a real school. But still, very intriguing guy. And at worst, like you said, we're in the 5th round. Stuff's getting weird at this point. For me, you get quality in 1 through 3. You get depth in 3 through 5. After 5 or in 5, you're looking at special teamers, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So this guy is definitely going to be a special team contributor with his size, speed. I mean, that's just going to make him a special teams contributor right off the bat. But can the guy also make the leap to actually be some kind of a depth or starter position cornerback? I think so. I think this could be our Cortland Finnegan of this, you know, generation or whatever. Just my thoughts on it.
Right.
Heck yeah. So where's that put us? Are we in the 6th now?
Yeah, we're in the 6th.
Yeah.
All right. On the 6th, again, I'm going random here. I had Lorenzo Styles, DB out of Ohio State. Again, special teams guy. That's kind of what you're looking for here. He lined up against Jeremiah Smith in practice. That's really all I need to know. So that's where I'm going in round 6.
Yeah.
And at this point, I'm throwing stuff at the wall. Like, let's be real.
6 and 7, I took corners because we need so much corner help. I just took corners, like with the last 2 picks. I picked just best available corner. I can't even remember their names.
All right, so this guy, I guess, is probably just going to be another laughable guy, but I really think he could be an actual starter. His name is Jack Kelly. He's a linebacker out of BYU.
Right.
You watch the kid's tape, he's crazy, dude. He's like Cedric Gray. He's just sideline to sideline. He's everywhere, tackles everything that comes near him. 6'2", 240. In 2 years, he had 106 tackles, 15 sacks, 23 tackles for loss. He's just a gap invader, man. I mean, like, he's just the type of linebacker that I think Sala would salivate at the chance to get in a round this late. Also, I took at 154. I guess I totally skipped him over, but whatever. At 154, I took the safety from Texas, Michael Taffy. I think that's how you say his name. Anyway, he's a good, solid, just really smart player. He's not that great athletically gifted, but he's super smart. His football IQ is ridiculously high. But that also gets him in trouble sometimes when he overcommits to things. But
right.
I like it. So, consensus, what is a successful draft for the Titans in your mind? Is it Jeremiah Love? Is that the biggest name state in this? Or do you think, let me ask you this, is the 4th pick more important, or is rounds 2 through 4 more important in your mind?
Well, man, I mean, if you look at all the big wigs everybody's saying the Titans are going to take Jeremiah Love, which makes me feel like they're not going to.
You think it's all smoke? I mean, this is the
mean,
season of smokescreen. Like, that's
right.
what the draft
I
is.
mean, let me ask you this. If Sonny Styles is there and Jeremiah Love's there, who you taking?
I think you've got to go Love because I think you fill more gaps with Love at running back, slot receiver, gadget guy than you do with Sonny Styles. I think Sonny Styles would definitely make an impact, and he may be the next Fred Warner. But I think Jeremiah Love gives Cam Ward enough that you open a window for the next 2 or 3 years.
I believe that too. So let me ask you all this. How do you think somebody can make Borgonzi come out of that 4th spot?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It's going to take 2 first. I don't think
it's the Cowboys. It's the Cowboys.
He's not going to leave that spot without 2 1s.
Yeah, no, the Cowboys are the only ones that have the firepower and are far enough down to make it realistic. They're the only ones that make it realistic.
I think there's a case for the Rams. I will say, I think people are missing a little bit. I think the Rams could make a push for Jeremiah Love. I think if Arizona trades with the Cowboys and Love stays on the board, I think LA makes a call. They've got 2 first-rounders. They've got Devontae Adams. They've got Cooper Kupp. They've got who's the other receiver, Puka Nacua. They've got Matt Stafford, who's admitted he's on the back 9. They've got a defense that's been stacked. Why not go get Jeremiah Love? Like that all of a sudden becomes maybe one of the biggest contenders in the NFL. So if Arizona trades with the Cowboys and Jeremiah stays on the board, I think that phone's ringing from the Rams. Now, do you take it?
Jeremiah Love really worth 2 number 1s?
I mean, are you wanting to win now? Like, if I'm the Rams and we're talking maybe 2 more years of Stafford, like, yeah, I think he
is
might
Jeremiah
be
Love
that.
the only guy worth 2 1s?
In my opinion, I think if Bailey or Arvell Reese is there, I think that is the main proponent for Dallas to trade up.
And that's crazy.
They might go there for Styles.
Dallas just got rid of their best linebacker to give up 2 1s for another linebacker.
Yes.
That's crazy.
And the craziest thing is the closest comp to Micah Parsons is Sonny Styles. I think even if Arvell Reese is on the board, even if Bailey's on the board, even if Bain's on the board, who's basically fallen into the top 10 now, like I think there's still a chance Dallas moves up just to get Sonny Styles. I think that's a real possibility. I think there's going to be some big surprises before we even make it to the 5th pick. I'll put it that way.
I just don't feel like there's nobody in the draft this year worth 2 1s, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know.
That's a very subjective statement, though. Like,
man,
if I'm a Dallas fan, I'm like, if I'm
2
a Rams
1s is a
fan,
lot,
like,
man. That's a lot for one guy. That I don't know, man. I don't know. It's to me, I feel like that's a high price for a linebacker. 2 1s.
I agree.
They did it for.
I even feel like that's a high price
Bryant.
for Love too.
Yep.
2 1s
Yep.
for a running back. I mean, I don't know. I don't feel like there's going to be any trades in the top 5.
Let me ask you this. I threw this out to my Facebook users or whatever, followers, whatever the hell you want to call them. Would you take, if the Dallas offered it, number 12 and George Pickens for the number 4 pick?
No.
No.
No?
Say that again. Say that again.
Fast?
Say that again.
Now they have 12 or do they have 9?
Number 12, George. It is 12, right?
I thought they had the 9th pick. Or is it 12? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Whatever. All right. Even if it is 9, we'll say 9, 12, whatever. /9/12. And
no,
George Pickens instead of the other first-round pick.
Man, I just feel like after a couple guys, the draft drops so far.
See, for me, my brain immediately went number 1 wide receiver. That cures a problem. I want that. But then I went, culture.
Is Pickens
Robert
really a number
Saleh
one though?
specifically said that.
I feel like Pickens is a number
dude,
two.
George Pickens is a number one.
It's not even about culture for me. It's just scheme fit. Like, you're obviously going into this with Ridley as probably your number one, and then you're hoping to push along DK, Io Manor, and maybe a guy you're bringing in. I just don't know if there's – I mean, if you bring Pickens in, you put Ridley at 2 unless you try to deal him.
Right.
And then you've got Io Manor sitting there. You've got a rookie sitting there. You've got presumably
I still think it's
DK
wide
in the
receiver
slot.
by
It just
committee
gets
this
weird
year.
to me. I think so too. Like, I would not be shocked if they bring in a rookie and just ride with what they've got. Like, I think that's kind of the plan in most of the people.
I mean, they want Io Manor and DK to step up, and
And I mean, you're getting Ridley back. You hope he's healthy.
Yeah.
He did have a connection there with Cam for a little bit.
they got
before
Robinson
the injury.
too. Y'all, we can't forget about Robinson.
Yeah, that's why the more I look at it, I think you just – I hate to say it, but I think you ride with what you got, and then you see how it goes this year, how far along DK and Io Manor are.
Right.
And then you go make a move at a big-name receiver when Ridley's out the door.
And that's why I don't think we're going to get a wide receiver until the 3rd or 4th round.
Yeah, I think so.
Let me ask you guys this. Who do you think finishes 1 and 2 in receiving yards
this year?
Yeah.
I think Robinson will be up there. I do. I mean, if Ridley stays healthy, he's a 1,000-yard receiver. You know what I'm saying?
I was going to say, I still think Ridley has a chance to be number one. And then
if he stays healthy, he's a number one receiver.
Yeah, and I think that takes a lot of pressure off Io Manor too. I think there's a
but
good
I
chance.
think Io Manor is going to make a big step this year. And personally,
I do
in my
too.
opinion, I think he's going to make a big step. So
Yep.
we'll see. And it all depends on how Cam. It all depends on how Cam, accelerates himself as well. So he's got
Sure
a lot
be
of
nice
learning
to-
to do still.
Sure
too.
be nice to have an explosive running back there to take a little.
Oh
pressure
yeah,
off
I
his
mean,
hands.
exactly.
Yeah, I know.
Well, let me ask y'all this: if we draft Love, who are they getting rid of? Pollard or Spears?
Pollard.
I think Pollard.
I don't even have to think about it. Yeah, it's
I
Pollard.
think Pollard.
Even though Pollard is more
Yep.
Productive.
Yep.
productive
Yeah,
than
it's
Spears,
cool. Yeah,
even though Spears
yeah.
only plays like 5 or 6 games a year.
Dude, are you
Yep.
kidding me? Right now,
Dude,
with
I
the
would get
way
rid of
that the
Spears
NFL is,
instantly.
you
I would
could
keep
trade
Pollard and get rid of Spears.
I
You
think
could trade him for a
Chestnut.
5th round pick.
I think Chestnut can do what Pollard can do. And that's not to be disrespectful to Pollard. I just think if you bring in a guy like Jeremiah Love, you
We don't need
a
Spears.
guy like Pollard. You
We don't need
a guy like
Spears either.
Pollard. I think you keep as many playmakers and weapons as you can on the field at
There
the
you
same
go.
time.
Yeah, but Spears
That's
stays hurt.
okay.
I mean-
Then I bring in Chestnut to do what Pollard was going to do. Like that's where I'm at with
Yep.
it. Like
Yeah,
I feel like Pollard is a rotational piece if you bring Jeremiah Love here.
And he's
If Pollard is not a feature back, he's rotational.
If Spears
That's
could stay
where
on
I'm
the
at.
field, I would say keep Spears, but he just does not stay on the field.
He hasn't to this point. You're
I
exactly
mean,
right.
he's not productive. Pollard is
That-
productive. Pollard
That
has
would be the one
straight
argument.
1,000-yard seasons. Spears
I
barely
would-
gets over 400 yards. I
I
mean,
wouldn't say Spears isn't productive.
he's productive when he's on the field, and that's very rarely. I mean, how many games did he play last year? 6?
That's totally fair. Yep.
Yeah, I was
mean,
gonna say,
and I love
I'm
Spears,
not gonna sit
man.
here and say that he doesn't get hurt a lot because
Yeah, I mean, I love Spears. I'm a big fan of Spears, but you got to go, like you always say, Max, productivity is everything. You
that
know?
is true. But
I
for
also
me, it's
think-
also about who has the best value when it comes draft day. When I draft
Right.
that Jeremiah Love, then I'm looking, all right, well, which one of these guys is going to bring me the highest draft pick that I can go get me another depth piece or special teams player?
I hear you.
Well, and let's be real too. Like, I think we've also got to take into account that you're not going to be asking these guys to do the same job they were doing last year. A Brian Daboll offense is going to be very, very different
Yep.
than what you saw with a Callahan
Oh, yeah.
offense. You know what I'm saying? Like that. There's going to be a staunch difference in what these running backs are doing. If anybody can take a running back and progress them and make them do a multitude of things, it's going to be somebody like Daboll. So in that
Right.
type of offense, in that system, I think not only are you asking Spears to do what's going to elevate his skills, you're also asking him to do things that aren't going to be repetitive and run him into the throat of defenses, which is going to cause more injuries. So that's a big part of it too. That's what I mean.
If we draft Love, he's a 3-down back, and we're not going to see many backups.
He is a 3-down back, but he's also going to be in the slot. He's going to be on the outside. He's going to be in a 2-back position. Like it is point to think about who that second running back is.
Right.
Yeah. Think about it this way. Let's just take a hypothetical here for a second. Mid-season, Jeremiah Love has been established as your 3-down back. Okay. He's also explosive. He can catch out of the backfield. You do a split back formation. Would you rather have Pollard there, or would you rather have Spears there as a distraction to the defense?
My opinion, Pollard is more dangerous because that's just my opinion. I would rather have Pollard there.
Spears is laying 5 yards back, holding his ankle. We gotta
right.
I get it. You're right. Like that is the argument. You know what I'm saying? Like that's that. If there is an argument,
it would be totally different if he stayed healthy. I would 100%. Be Spears all day, but he just can't stay healthy.
Yep.
And that's why I would let him walk.
I see both sides, and that's why I can't be upset about either one. You know what I'm saying? Like I would see it both ways, and I've just got to trust the decision of Borgonzi at this point.
Right.
Man, we got so many things to get to until the next season. It's crazy how long it seems it's away, but then how short it'll be once we're already
there. Man, it's flying by so fast, bro.
Yep. So next week we will be doing a this week. Thursday, obviously. We'll be doing a live draft extravaganza. Please join us for that. Our dude Scoob won't be with us, however.
No, I'll be at the draft. Yeah, sorry guys.
I don't blame you.
I would love to try to make a video, but I was told I'm not allowed to make videos while I'm in the inner circle. So
damn copyright.
But if y'all see me at the draft, take a picture, post me on Facebook, send me a thing on Twitter, hit me up, say I seen you. Look for my new mask. Check me out. Hit me up, let me know. Because I love that stuff.
Represent at the draft.
Yes, sir.
In Pittsburgh.
Man, I'm excited about it. I've never been to Pennsylvania, so I like it. I'm excited, bro.
Pennsylvania ain't bad, but Pittsburgh kind of sucks.
Right. I hear you. That's what I hear, but, all big cities have their good and bad, so.
Absolutely.
I will say that there's something legal in Pennsylvania that usually isn't legal here. Just throwing that out there. Just saying.
Right.
You get out there and you feel like you want to relax or something. Go by your local dispensary and grab a gun.
I hear that. I don't know if I don't know if I can get away with that.
Yeah. But yeah, draft extravaganza. So make sure you join us Thursday night. We go live 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central. Yeah, and it'll be me and Link. We'll have a good time. We'll talk about draft picks, throw back a couple beers, and it'll be a little enjoyment. So, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. We had a lot of fun with you.
Always.
Yeah, and as always, it is. Until next time.
Tighten up.
Peace out.
Peace out.